Hello and welcome to 2019, a year in review. This is a segment where I will be reviewing 2019. 2019 kind of exclusively for me. If I was to talk about the politics and whatnot, that would take ages. And you guys have the attention span of a snail, so I can't keep going for much long. So I will be reviewing 2019 as a year for me. And I guess we'll also be talking about 2018 and whatnot, and really just how the channel started and how it's been going, and really what the future holds. So looking at my YouTube channel, really where everything started was this first video 4 years ago, which was ages ago. I was like 2 when I did this. Well, I was 13 when I made this, and I had the squealiest, most horrible voice. It was absolutely terrible. Oh gosh. I'm not even going to click onto it because I hate it so much. But it's still got the most views on my channel, which is, I guess, because it's 4 years old. It's easily the worst video on my channel, but and then when I started doing Stardew Valley, that was nice, I guess. I started out like 19 views for this video. That was pretty good. And then progressively, like, no views, 2 views, 11 views, 1 view. I don't know what happened here. Like 11 views for that when I started doing Terraria as well, which I stopped doing, obviously. I don't think anyone was really cared much about it. And I got more. I did this one video about learning how to animate. That never really happened. I just didn't have the time to do that. And more Stardew Valley. Jeez. Quite a bit. I did enter the gungeon. Well, again, with this whole thing, I was experimenting. I was trying to see what worked, what didn't, and through this entire process, I was learning things about editing and other stuff. And so you can see my first videos that were incredibly basic. My mic was horrible. Everything was bad, and then slowly, just got a little bit better with each video, and I think it was like with the Minecraft slaughter videos. That's when I first kind of started experimenting with editing, because that's when I first learned how to really do that. And they're bad videos, but you learn, you learn, you grow. And then I started, I think it was around Krobus, which is like my second most watched video, like ever, which is weird. I don't know why. It's because I had Krobus in the title, I don't know. And that's really when I started getting better at editing and Photoshop and whatnot, and Into the Gungeon as well. I think that was the last Into the Gungeon. Yeah, that's the last Into the Gungeon video I did. That was 8 months ago, isn't it? Gee. Deltarune, that was fun. I really enjoyed playing Deltarune, and if I had the opportunity to keep doing YouTube, yet again, I'll be talking about that. I would love to play Chapter 2 of Deltarune whenever that does come out. Apex Legends. I don't know what I was smoking when I made that video, but a lot of effort. That took like weeks of editing to get done, and obviously the result wasn't really worth it. But I learned a lot, and through this entire process, I just learned a lot, and I guess you can't really ask for much more. And of course, I made that terrible video about Fortnite, about 50 drops, because I was stealing from Luke the Notable. And I more Stardew Valley. That's kind of when I stopped doing Stardew Valley. Then got into Legend of Zelda. Did a video about Copper, and finally the one I'm closest up to is the Dragon Ball Sun Gohan speed paint, which I think is probably the best video I've made. I think it's the best piece of art I've ever done, and I'm just really happy with how it came out. But yeah, so looking at all this, the way I analyze it is going down. This was my learning phase. This is where I learned to do what I can do now. It's not amazing, but I learned how to make videos with these. I went for a ton of videos. I watched so many Adobe tutorials to see how to use Premiere Pro and Photoshop and whatever. And it really came from like around here-ish. I actually knew how to edit properly, and this was a big test of how I could edit, and if I could do this reasonably well, you know, I know what I'm doing. Now, going into the very end, or I guess the big middle-ish period of 2019, that was kind of when I was doing this less for fun and more for work, which is interesting because the whole idea of YouTube was it was a hobby, and that's what I wanted it to be, but that wasn't, I don't think, ever my mindset. My mindset, like in the very beginning, I was just doing it because I thought it would be cool to do, and the more I did it, the more I started thinking of this as work. Subconsciously, I wasn't thinking that I have to do this for work, but it became more work. It became more of things that I have to do because I need to work at it. And yeah, it was around. So I did the Deltarune, and that was a lot of fun, and I was very fortunate. But when I was playing things like Apex Legends or Fortnite, I was playing that because those were popular, and I thought, okay, I'm going to be a good YouTuber. I'm going to take the things that are very popular, and I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make this channel work, and I'll talk about why I needed to make this work so badly. And it was around Stardew Valley episode 17. Like, that was incredibly uninspired. I just like threw it down, and because I needed something to do, something to upload, and it's there. And like, I didn't really try that hard with it. I just wanted to make a video, like, because I saw with the Krobus one, like, oh, okay, people are looking for tutorials or whatever. They want to see what happens in these hard events or whatever. So I will throw down this, and then I'll get more views. And that's what I needed to do. And afterwards, I guess I kind of thought, like, am I enjoying this? Am I enjoying what I'm doing? Is this fun? And I honestly had to say no. No, I'm not. This is work. I'm not enjoying this. And that's really when I started doing Breath of the Wild's Hardcore Master Mode. It's when I realized I was not doing YouTube anymore for fun. I was doing it so I could make it into a business. And yet again, I'll talk about why that was my mindset. But that's really what happened. Ever since that fateful night, I guess, when my sister showed my friends my YouTube videos, and they kind of made fun of me and laughed at me and stuff. They're okay guys, they're just a little bit mean. they didn't really know what they were doing. I guess from then on I was very self-conscious, and I was just trying to make this work. I knew that a couple of them, my friend Wes, he's a very, very nice guy, and he was like, okay, he was watching my videos, and his brother also watches my videos. I don't know if Wes watches them anymore, but he's my first and only patron. Thanks again, Wes. Thank you. But yeah, I really just decided that I need to make this work because people are watching my videos, and you know, this could work. This could actually happen. This could be the beginning of something great. And it was just more difficult, I guess, then, because I kind of put this pressure on myself that it needs to be good. Like, it needs to be really good, and that's fine. I should be striving to make better and better content if I'm going to be doing this, but yeah, I don't know. I guess mentally, what was happening with my brain was I was thinking, I've got to make this work, because if I don't, the results are horrible. To give you a bit of context, a long time ago, I think around 2017, 2016 and 2017, I was working at a customer service. I was working at a food place, and I was basically a waiter, but I was also, you know, the joint cleaner and stocker as well. It was kind of like a joint job. And I was working there, and I didn't enjoy it. I hated it. And I can't go into reasons why, but it was customer service. I'm an introvert. I don't like working or serving people, and that was kind of a big part of it. And, you know, like, working with people was difficult for me. And, you know, I just realized that my mental health, and my physical health was deteriorating. I was just, I guess, becoming a wreck. And I mean, it's not really as bad as I make it sound, but felt pretty bad at the time. So I quit, and that must have been maybe a year or two ago. And that's really when I started making YouTube videos, just to do something. You know, to have just something. I always wanted to do it. Ever since I was a kid, I was watching people like Stampy Longnose and Ballistic Squid or whatever, those Minecraft YouTubers back in the day, and I always wanted to be like them. I always wanted to be able to do what they did. And I thought, okay, this would be cool. This is a nice little hobby. I can do this. And I did. And I guess later on, I realized that this was such a big deal for me. I was working so hard on this. Like I was saying, I have to make this work. It subconsciously became no longer a hobby, but this became a job. Like, I have to make this work. And I noticed this. I wasn't thinking this, but subconsciously, I think my brain was going towards, I have to make this work. If I can't turn this into a job, I'm going to have to go back to do the same thing I hated, that made me hate myself, that made me just have a bad time in general. And I'll have to go back to a job in, I don't know, customer service or whatever, and I'm not going to enjoy that, and it's going to suck. Now I know by the grace of God I can have joy, and I know that, and I'm very thankful for that. But that, I guess, subconsciously was where I was going, and it was around The Legend of Zelda, and I was like, you know, I can't do this for much longer. Like, I realized that while I was playing Delta and all that, I can't do this much longer. I have a job, but it's very part-time, and it's very every so often you get work. Sometimes a lot, sometimes it's nothing for months. And I realized I can't do that for much longer. I need a proper job, and this YouTube is taking the time of a job. It's sucking up so much time. I don't have time for a proper job, and one of these have to give. It's either studies. I can only have two things: studies, YouTube, and work. And if one of those has to go, it's gonna have to be YouTube. Yeah, so, and I realized that, and I guess that's when I decided, you know, I'm gonna cough up $100. I'll buy a capture card. This short period of time, I can still make videos. I'll make them. I'll have a good time, and then it's over. And I can live with that. And that's really where we are now. Yeah. If you don't really know, this year has been kind of difficult for my family and for me. It's been, not to sound emo, but it has been the worst year of my life. It sounds really bad. It's been the year of the most growth, the most spiritual growth, the most mental growth. I'm very thankful for that. But it's been a hard year. And I guess part of that comes around from trying to make something work, and I can't make it work. And I can't make YouTube work. And if this is what God wants me to do, yes, then this is what I'll do. But, you know, everything I've tried just doesn't really work. Like, I've tried being a full-on YouTuber, and, like, you know, okay, this is what people are watching, I'm gonna make videos like this. Doesn't work. And I've tried just chilling out and seeing if people will watch, you know, whatever I want, and that doesn't really work. So it's really, like, unless a miracle happens, YouTube is probably going to be over by the end of January for me. I'm not gonna like shut down the channel or anything, but I'll probably stop making videos consistently or at all then. And Wes, if you're watching this, thank you for your patronage, but I'll probably be shutting down the Patreon at the end of January. I think it's best I shut it down as soon as possible, really, and if I'm not going to be making videos consistently or at all, no point in keeping the Patreon on. So yeah, that's really where we are now. YouTube, for me, can't really continue, because I need a good reason to be able to keep doing this. So, it's interesting, I was talking to one of my friends who left for Queensland, and we were just talking about what do you want to do when you're going to go to Queensland, and he said, I want to be a full-time artist. We're both artists, and he said, I want to be drawing for people, I want to be illustrating for a living. So that's really cool. But then he asked me, like, what do you want to do? Like, what? I asked, what do you mean by what do I want to do? Like, I don't know. And he asked, like, what do you want to do as your dream job? And I don't know, like, I thought I could just say, I don't know, but I realized, in all honesty, I do know. I would like to be a YouTuber. I would like to make YouTube videos for a living. It's hard work, it's difficult, but it's like one of the most fulfilling things in a way, and I really enjoyed it. Even when I was just grinding away trying to force things to work, I did really enjoy it. And through this entire process, I guess what I'm most disappointed about is that I don't think I ever really made a positive impact, as it were. I guess through this entire process, I was hoping, I really wanted that if I could just positively impact one person, then I'm done. Then this has been worth it, and I haven't wasted my time. If I could make one person's life better, having watched my videos, then I'm doing the right thing. But I don't think that really happened, and I guess through this entire process, what I'm quite glad of is that I tried, and I did this. I wanted to do this. It's always been my dream, and I tried, and I realized maybe I just can't. And that's okay. I can live with that. So thank you for watching this video, and if you have been a previous viewer, thank you very much. Thank you to Wes for being a Patreon. Thank you for Oliver for occasionally watching my videos, I guess. And thanks to Luke, I guess. I don't know what you did. You just go subscribe to his channel. Let's make a great exodus. Everybody unsubscribe from my channel, subscribe to his channel. We'll just subscribe to both, There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much for watching. I will maybe see you for a couple more videos. And till then, I don't know, I don't have an outro, so think of something yourself, I guess.